Hello everyone, welcome to yet another live stream. Yeah, I don't really have a time for an intro today, and that's because the entire day my PC keeps crashing. It randomly turns off. And so as such, I kind of need to start today's stream early. It's like 7 in the morning. I need to start it early because I don't know if I'll be able to stream later. Because I'm kind of worried that one of these times my PC will just turn off and then I won't be able to turn it back on. So, yeah, this is a bit of an awkward stream. The thing is, I think I fixed it. I'm like 10% certain that I fixed it. 10, yes. I don't think I fixed it, actually. I did something, and it hasn't crashed for the past 15 minutes. Which is a lot at this point. At this point, it's a lot. It hasn't crashed for 15 minutes. So if I need to stream right now, I need to. Otherwise, I might miss out on the daily streams. So yeah. Hi, the Pot of Greed. Hi, the Thar. Hi, the Catman. Hi, welcome. Welcome. Yes, today is a bit of a tricky day indeed. Well, I'll try to get some work done. I don't know if I'll be able to. It would be nice if I could. I'm gonna try. And you know what? Sometimes that's all that matters. Sometimes trying is half the story. Sometimes it's about the journey, not the destination. Hi, the Tefta. Hi. Work. I mean, I'll try. No. I will try because, you know, let me repeat myself because I do realize that I said it right after I started the stream, so I need to give the context. My PC has been crashing for the past 2 days. I didn't know why exactly yesterday. I thought it was just having a bad day. But today, it kept crashing. It already crashed around 12 times, possibly more if I count the minor ones. And I didn't know why. I think there is a possibility that I fixed it because my PC hasn't crashed in the past 15 minutes. So it's possible I fixed it. If I didn't, then the stream will end all of a sudden at some point, and yeah, just a bit of warning, I suppose. Let's hope it doesn't crash during the stream. It might. I refuse to believe that my fix worked. What I basically done, the fix I did is I think my CPU was getting too high of a voltage, so I just overclocked it. Fucking terrible fix. Oh, it's fucking terrible. Pardon my swearing, but this matter calls for it. I don't think it's bad. It's pretty bad, and I'm worried. I'm really worried. So hey, I mean, listen, if my PC breaks, then what's the worst that could... I mean, it's not really that if it breaks. If this fix doesn't work, then it's probably already broken, and I don't know how to fix it. I'll keep trying, but this is a pretty significant setback. Anyway, let's keep working on the video. Yeah, I've been trying to get some scripting done, and failing on account of my machine turning off. So yeah, let's just keep going. This is just... And you know what, by the way, I also got Blender 4.4. So we have the newest Blender right now, which is nice. I've been replying to stream updates with Angry Miku constantly in Discord. Why? Why have you been doing that? Now every long pause will make us think your machine crashed. Yeah, but that's what the give in the corner is actually. That's what it's actually there for, funny enough. The reason why it's there is because a lot of people have been wondering whenever I go quiet on stream if the stream has crashed or if I've just been quiet. So hence why the spinning circle in the corner. I got Blender 4.4 finally, about time. Which is pretty nice. And now I also did like a basic setup with, so now my default file looks like this, where I have I've set up some geometry nodes for the text. I have set up some geometry nodes for the colors as well, so that we can control them better. And yeah, that's the basic idea. Actually, hi the Timon, hi. Actually, we could edit this one a bit with the white. We could add one more attribute. That attribute being color. like this, and then right here, both base color and emission color. I'm terrified. I am terrified. I cannot stress enough. Live chat. I already switched to live chat. Don't worry. I cannot stress enough. By the way, I would like to make it very clear how dumb my fix is. Okay. Can we take a second to appreciate it? I think, by the way, it's a guess. I think my CPU was getting too high of a voltage, so I overclocked it. It's dumb. It's so dumb. If it works, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy a bottle of champagne. Oh yeah, I shouldn't say that because it's a cheap one. This here. Let's call it color. Let's call it e-color. I would like to say that this happened at an awful time because, you know, I have so much work to do. But to be fair, no time would be good for me. No matter what time this would happen, I would always just be upset that it did. So right here we have alpha. There we go. Then we have emission. Then we have base color. And then we have emission color. And now we can just change it up. Perfection. Great. Now we can save it as the default file because it's even better, or like this. And now you do have a day job. This is my day job. YouTube is my day job. What do you mean? Ouch. I spend like 14 hours a day just working on YouTube videos. Do you really think I would have time for another job? Alright, so let's start this by saving the file. This is terrifying. How long has it been? Okay, so far good. It's been 25 minutes since the last crash. 25 minutes. That's good. That's good stuff. It could be more. We're there. We're holding strong. All right. Maybe I shouldn't make this about my own file format, actually. You know what? Yeah, I'm changing it up. This won't be about file format yet. Instead, this will be about how do computers not think, because think that would be CPU. This is memory. There's no way for me to make this title interesting, even though the topic itself is interesting. Because the topic itself, I would basically explain pointers, which is something that a lot of people struggle with. What should I call this? It's pointers. It's something that in computer science is really often regarded as difficult, but memory, I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, I'll think of something. Data types. What are the data types? What language do you program in? C and Python. And nah, that's the most you do. My favorite one is C, but I bear with Python sometimes. Right here, actually, I should edit this. Damn it, I should edit this as well. Right here, we should also have a way to turn off this switch. Switch for strings, like this. And then there we go. Now that's a solid start file. Now what we can do is we can just tell this to go away. All right. Let's do it then. Char. Char and so on and so forth. Ah, I see the problem with my setup. I certainly do see a problem. Why is this empty? Why is there nothing on the back? What's happening? Is it because I first filled it and then extruded when I should have... No, obviously that won't work. Let's not be silly now. Edges will just give me the same problem backwards. Yeah, edges will just give me the same problem backwards. How do I fix this? Can I just... Oh, wait, hold on. I have an idea. That's bad. That's a bad idea. Merge. Is there a merge by distance? Ish. Zero. Well, technically they're on the same place, so anything should work, but it clearly doesn't. There's clearly still a divide between them, which will cause problems in the future. Why are you like this? Connected? No, the point is that all of them. Rasterize? That's not great. Realize, I mean. Oh. Well, would you look at that? That worked. Perfect-ish. Alright, let's save this as the default this time. There we go. So, all of them data types. Let's go through them one by one. First we have the char, then we're gonna have the next one. Actually, let's lay them on the ground. -90, and then let's do all of them. Char, what's next? Short. What's next? Int. What's next? Long. Then double. Wait, what is the difference between long and long actually? It just hit me. Because shouldn't they both have 8 bytes? Wait, doesn't long have 16? Am I misremembering it right now? $64, wait. 64? Long has 4? Wait, int and short have the same one? Since when? I'm sorry, what? Am I really crazy? I could have sworn that int was longer than short. Yeah, here I was fixing my computer, doesn't matter. I could have sworn, this is ridiculous. Just, crazy, I don't get what it is, int.c. Size of int. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. Okay, piss off with that silly terminal. We're looking for real stuff. There we go. Int output test.exe. Test.exe. 4? Yeah, I'm not crazy. What do you mean 16? Oh, more or equal to? I cannot believe this. Yeah, so int has 32 bits. I knew I wasn't crazy in this case. Come on, bestie. Warning. Even 24 hours awake. I'm still gonna be awake. I still have work to do. What's more, if if my PC crashes, then I'm gonna be stressing over a bunch. I cannot stress enough how it hasn't crashed for the past half an hour. So this could be good. I love how most people left right away after seeing me script write and code. Okay. Hi there, hi, welcome. Chart short into long double. Char short into long double, and then once again char, because trust me, it will make sense eventually, hopefully. Okay, now what do we need? Well, now what we need is we need a background, as always. And we want this background to look nice. Floor. 4. I like, you know what, I like it. Let me just set up some kind of texture. Yeah, stream crashing, and then immediately when the sound was pretty long time, I was worried. Top right corner, top right corner. If the GIF stops spinning, I'm dead. Script writing co-stream. It was yesterday a script writing co-stream? Oh no, yesterday I was just coding. Yeah. Oh, my D drive is also almost full. That's not good. My PC isn't crashing, which is so insane. Listen. This is so dumb. At this point, it is gonna crash. I refuse to believe my fix worked. I refuse to believe. Okay, some kind of tiles texture we need. We have these. No, something sufficiently computer. Actually, I could make a computer science texture out of this. If the gift of spinning, I'm dead. Could be a line from weird sci-fi thriller parody. Hi, the QWERTY. Hi, welcome. How you doing? How is life treating you? Okay, now what I can do is, I've done it before in one of my videos, the controller one. Good for now, you. I'm not doing well. I am quite stressed right now. I am quite a fair bit stressed. Okay, there's one thing that I have done in the past video, the controller one, which looked really well, and that was the brick texture when combined with noise texture. Like this. And then the reason why it was nice is because with this look, we can achieve a certain... Hold on. There we go. We can achieve a certain, like, techie sort of vibe thing going on. Not bad, generally. Generally not bad, could be worse. There we go. Mode size 1. Yeah, I like it. I would say that looks pretty solid, doesn't it? You should mention nibbles being half bites. That's not a real thing. That's I refuse to acknowledge it. That is not real. Propaganda. There's no way it's called a nibble. Okay, so we do have this kind of texture, which I do like. I don't hate it. I say don't hate it. The only problem is we're going to add complex as a type. Oh yes, C can handle complex numbers. I completely forgot about that. Which is wild. It cannot handle it as a default, can it? No. But I remember learning about it recently that you can have complex numbers in C, and I was just step 1 denial. All right, let's make it look even nicer, like this. And now let's see how it looks. Okay, this is not bad. It's not bad. It's not terrible. I mean, it's not terrible. You know, it's like could be worse. Certainly, I could as well be better. What if? Okay, you know what? Let's tell these to piss off. We don't need them, and this one piss off as well. And instead, we are going to use. Oh, that is not what I meant. Instead, we're going to use this texture as a color. Oh, that's not bad. And now with a W, we can actually have it move as well. Ooh, that could be good. That could not be bad, you know? That could be not bad. To be fair, we can't have it always move because we ain't got that kind of animations budget. But, you know, it's certainly something. Could be worse, I would say. Could be worse. We certainly could do worse than this. Yeah, I mean, it could be worse, certainly. Alright. This will be our intro animation. A bit more contrast. What do you mean more contrast? More contrast where? More contrast than what? On whomst? I did exactly that. Well, Timon, if it doesn't work for you, then you clearly didn't. I'll not tell you. Science mindset. If it works for me, it doesn't work for you, then it means that you either did something different or it doesn't work for me. And it clearly does work for me. That's a logical contradiction. Between the text and the background lights. Oh, I haven't finished the text yet. No, don't worry. I'm just working on the plane first. And in order to get the plane as well, we also could do... This. Oh, that's good. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, yes. Alright, now it's time for the world. In which case, we're just gonna copy, actually, this. Yeah, let's make it actually perfect green. And then for this, we're going to do mix color darken. For strength. Yup. The only problem is that right here. No. The problem is this scale. This has to be smaller. Okay, that's too small. Yeah, not bad, generally. Generally not bad. They won't tell to live trend. Yeah, I already did that a long time ago. Very beginning of the stream, in fact. And right here we can actually also increase this by a fair bit to make this nice and green. I don't mind. I'd say it's not bad. It's not half bad. It's not completely bad, certainly. Could be worse, I'd say. Yeah, don't hate it, certainly. I don't hate it. Well, not completely at the very least. Could be worse, could be better. I don't know. The volume is kind of what screws me up, because the problem with the volume is that it looks much better when you add the volume. However, it's gonna take such a much longer time to render. Well, we can always remove it later on, I suppose. I suppose that's true. Okay, and now what we need to do is take all of these, move them a bit higher up. And for now, we can just have them be gone. They are not important. Add a new empty. Depth field to the empty one. There we go. And right here we can actually we can do data types. Yeah, now we can have fun with the color. Something to actually make this pop a fair bit without going too crazy. We don't want to look like garbage either, though. Which is a big problem. Because I ain't gonna be easy. Ay, 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 ay. My favorite data type is void pointer. Well, funny you should say that, actually. In the project that this video is about, the main thing revolves around the void pointer. Or to be more exact, void pointer pointers. File. The way I write and read the files is with mkt file, which is just the void pointer. That's the actual. That's how I store the data with the very reasonable and completely not over the top void pointer, which will later on be even more important. This looks terrible because of the because of the reflections. Oh, I see. Wait, that's solvable. How about now? Is this better or is this much worse? I don't like how the height seems to be the opposite of what we want it to be. What about this? Will that fix it? No, the height still looks like the opposite. It's not what I want at all. Yeah, like the edges seem to be the higher ones, whilst everything else seems to be the low ones. That's not what we need in the slightest. Add a texture to an object, then go through all the settings, and it's either just lines or it's spherical. Is there an easy fix? See how should I wait for that? Wait, what? If I apply a texture to an object, then go through all settings, and it's either just lines or it turns spherical. Easy fix to what? What do you mean just lines? What you said does... If I apply a texture to an object and go through all the settings, what settings? What settings are you going through? This isn't bad. But this is terrible. So we need to fix it. This might be a bit extreme though, and it might not render practically at all. Yeah, fixes are a problem with at the top. Obviously it does, because all of a sudden there's no white to fill. But that's not quite what we're looking for, is it? Instead, we'd rather take this, plug this into metallic, plug this into roughness. Okay. Are the white lines distracting, or is the light on the tiles distracting? That's the question. Slowly becoming Make It 2.0. Yeah, and humble at that as well. No. The white lines are distracting. That is the problem. Simple fix, at least it should be. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. I think so. Well, I could just decrease this or increase it ever slightly. No, I decrease it. Spending a lot of time on this, but I do want it to look good. All right, let's try it. And there's a joke, the background needs to be perfect. Okay, doesn't look too bad, I have to say. Could look worse, certainly. And so as such, we might as well just keep going. We're gonna have all of these, they're just gonna pop in on the screen. Char short in long double char. Do you tap, what are they for? Maximum quantifiable amount of information, which means that they don't need to think, so it would matter when it comes to data types are its size and the way we read them. That's exactly what those data types specify. First starting with size. Okay. It still hasn't crashed, it's been 37 minutes. That's pretty good. Although it could be just a coincidence. I will need to wait a couple of days to see if it worked. If it did, that'd be nice. If it didn't, then oh well. Why are they two char? It's because it's a nice way for me to segue into talking about how you can read the char as a single byte or as a character. And that's a nice way into segueing how all of these are actually just binaries, and we just read them differently. So what I'm gonna have there basically is like a, I don't know, 8-byte long number. Actually, 8 might be a bit much. 4 bytes long number. And then I'm gonna take segments of it and then read them as different numbers and show what they mean and so on and so forth. How do we do need to get there first? In the meantime, I do have another video I want to work on. It's a very old video of mine that I really want to finish because I think it's kind of fun. You've been complaining that I haven't been making enough physics videos, so I'm just gonna work on 2 videos at the same time, and one of them is going to be a physics one. You're welcome. And that's going to be new folder energy. For this one, I actually thought that maybe... No, it's gonna be tricky. Because what I would basically need to do there is I would need to set up the whole scene and only then animate it. Ah. Well, there is one more additional video I could work on, but you know, Timon is struggling with Blender, so. And I promised Timon that I would wait for that video. Wait for him with that video. The electricity one. Alright, energy. What are we doing with energy? Well, with energy... Why are your files camel case? No idea what that is, but I never heard of them. Anyhow, let's delete everything. Except the camera, yeah, we might as well keep the camera. And here's where we're gonna make the scene. The scene, the one, the only. Let's do 8, because why not? 8, then 1, 0, 1, 0. Duplicate, duplicate. -1, -1. And 0. There we go. Camel case when you write like this. Oh, you mean the only correct way to write? That's what I call it, Besek. I usually call that way of writing correct. Anything else is just wrong. Let's set up the world, because why not? And let's set it up as... It's going to be shifting in strength, but it is going to be white. And it's going to get dimmer whenever we approach anything. Yeah. I like it. You can use spaces, you know, it isn't 1980s anymore. I don't care. I don't like spaces. They suck. Whenever you need to look up anything on the terminal, you need to do like with the string like this, like in Odyssey, Neanderthal. I mean, come on. Just autofilled with tab. Spaces are overrated. No one needs them. There is a reason why our file types are dot type and not space type, you know? Underscore, QWERTY, come on, be reasonable. Underscores are reserved for special occasions. Underscores are reserved for meta things. I know, setting attributes to variables, that's what we used it yesterday for. Be reasonable. Hard or even pi. Okay, so for this video we're gonna need to model everything up and only then go for it. So first, kinetic. That's what we're gonna start with. And for that we're gonna need a slide. Yeah, I think the way I'm gonna set it up is that for every single one of the stations, there's gonna be like stations, and for every single one of the stations, give me a second, I'm looking something up real quick. Okay, so cube is sliding down the slide. It has kinetic energy because it's moving. So what we like to do is, first of all, make like a simple slide. Just 1.5, because why not? And from this, we want to create a simple slide. Let me have a think about the best way to achieve that. I think I have one. That's so over-engineered now that I think about it, but I mean... Oh, well, it could work pretty well. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make a slide. There names to be good or program the terminal. I don't know, y'all are just psychopaths, not my fault. Okay. We could have this be a slightly different color, but should we? Make it, what is the easiest model you made which you put in the video? What do you mean the easiest model? Just, I don't know, a cube? that would be pretty easy. I just add it to the scene and there it is. Behold, a cube. Squircle. I mean, Squircle is the same way. I just have a Squircle like this. There we go. Round cube. The easiest models to make are the ones you just add, and there are plenty of those. So I don't quite understand the question. Okay. Oh, hold on, because when I moved this, I'm pretty certain I moved it like an idiot, didn't I? -10 and 7. That'll be it. There we go. And now we can make geometry nodes in the slide. Right here, what I like to do is just create a simple, neat animation for the cube. Do we have a color ramp in this? Oh my goodness, I'm pretty certain I used it before, but still it's nice now, because this will look great. Cube! We're gonna start the cube. We're gonna transform it. Ah, shucks. Why is it smaller? You know what? I'm not gonna question it. Just move it higher up. There we go. Now what we're going to do is a pretty actually tricky animation. It's gonna be fun. I have an idea. I've never done it, but I have an idea for how to do it, which should absolutely work. So here's how it's going to. We're gonna create a separate animation on the x-axis, y-axis, and rotation of y. We're gonna create separate animations on all three of these, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to have a value that goes from 0 to a 1, which will set the how far along are we in their animation, and the 1 will be a cube at the bottom, 0 will be cube right here. And that's the trick, that's all we need to do. It will be mix, mix, mix. This will be a bit tricky because we will need an angle forward and then we'll have to go back to 0. That should be close enough. And then, so at 1... Busy. At 1 we want it right here. And at 0... Wait, what? Hold on. Uh-oh. First rotate. I'm pretty certain this shouldn't be this large of a rotation, but... Oh yeah, 0.8, I'm an idiot. There we go. Hi there, Theo! Hi! The boundaries. Here's a finished product. Well then, I don't know, a cube which I slightly cut. The easiest ones aren't interesting because they're all simple. So this will be the 1. Now for the 0. A 0 will be slightly different because its height will be at 8. Ah, curious. And this will be a negative 10. There we go. Now the cube will... Oh yeah, because oh, fuck. 0. Now the cube will move to the end position like so, but that's not what we want. We want it to slide down. Which means instead we want a color ramp between them, like so. And using this color ramp, actually 3 of them, we're going to fix it up. So, for example, the z coordinates. As we move right here, the z coordinates should be already flat, and at 20, I imagine. There we go. Okay, that's already much better. Now, right here, to this point, we want it to be completely flat. And then we want it to quickly flip. There we go. Let's see. It's not too bad. It's certainly not too bad. Hi, the boo. Hi. Wouldn't it be easier to use physics there? Yes, it would be easier, and at the same time, it would be much, much worse because then I wouldn't be able to control it in any way. Rotation is starting a bit early. Now, this is the height, correct? Yep. Right here. Like this. My goodness, way off. Way off, laddie. That's where it is. Not where we want it to be. This is a bad way to do animations. Okay, so 77 is onto it, which means we actually want to move it a bit slightly further right and a bit further down. Actually, we could time it perfectly using the... What am I doing? We can just... The position tells us exactly where it is. On which frame? Wait, that's a good question. What am I doing? Which means that... Hold on. Right here... 77, that would be 0.77 on each one of them. The X is correct. The X doesn't need to change. I have a confession to make. I have not seen the last 4 videos. Mods, kill him now. Kill him now. Right away. That's not bull lighting, that's bull lightning. Okay. Add a new one. That'll be 0.77. There we go. This is the precise one we want. Then the problem seems to be right here, 20. 0.2. I'm sorry, what? Oh, it's 0.1. Because it's not linear. I'm an idiot. Whoops. 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 Okay, whoops. Try number 3. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. 20. No. That should be 11. $90. So 0.9. Like this. Now it's getting a bit too low. That seems to be the problem. So it should actually be at 96. And then right here at 90. Okay, it's not bad. Certainly not bad. Now the only thing is, let's make a little bit of a stop at the end to make the stopping justified. There we go. Yep. Now, the reason why I've done it this way is because now we can just take this, and this value allows us to control at what step of the animation are we at any point. Which is something I wouldn't really be able to do with... the, you know, physics. I realize energy conservation is not conserved there. Yeah, because the energy is very shy and it's not, doesn't really want to converse. Okay. There we go. Perfect. First thing finished. What's next? Also, how's the first animation doing? It finished rendering as well. Lovely. I think I am going to get rid of the volume, honestly, because it's kind of much. It's not difficult, just this. There we go. There, because the volume gotten rid of. Alright, there we go. Now that we have this, now we have that. Char short int long double char. Let's set them up. -2, -1. Wait, actually no. We need to set them up in absolute, yeah. Let's do 0.3. Char short int and -0.45 minus 0.75. Okay, we can spread them out a bit more. -0.7. There we go. Where is string? String is not a data type. It is just an array of chars. Hence why char is actually here twice. Funny enough. Long, okay, that's correct, which means 2. Okay. Now let's just color them in correctly, which means that right here we want all of these to be pink, simply because this will represent integers. Double will be represented by a more pinkish like this, and this char will be represented by yellow. Oh, so you are getting technical. What do you mean I'm getting technical? This is basics. I haven't gotten to the technical yet. Fudge. I accidentally pressed Windows D. There we go. Maybe I could call the video something like... I need to start actually thinking about how I'm gonna market the video with, you know, thumbnails and names, because fuck me, I'm getting desperate. My channel is dying right as my computer is dying, right as I'm in the middle of lots of stuff. Fuck me. Day 110. Yeah, day 110. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Making maybe it's time for a little clickbait. Well, I mean, no, not clickbait, but I do want to call it something interesting. Interesting-ish. Manipulating the memory won't be enough. What are numbers inside of a computer? Is that good? I have no fucking clue. I don't know. What do people click on? The other view has as much views as the two before it combined. I told you, listen, I told you when I was working on the Quotidians video, I've told you so many times that this video would pop off. You all like to pretend as if I don't know what I'm doing, but how many times have I said that the Quotidians video will pop off? I knew it! It's quaternions, even more complex numbers. In 2 days, it has more than these two. Soon it will have more than these 3 combined, and then it will have more than these 4 combined. Maybe even these 5, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how quickly it goes. Alright, ciao. How am I supposed to animate this? Since C99 can include complex stage into float complex. Yeah, I didn't actually know that the complex was a thing until a couple of weeks ago. Still feels wild. I need to think that would matter when it comes to data types. It's a maximum quantifiable amount of information, which is the char is okay. So first what okay, so how we're gonna do this? Because if I do spacebar, then yeah, exactly, it's gonna move them. I should have done all of them with spacebar actually. Yeah. Time to re-render. Hold on. Yeah. That's gonna make more chemistry vids for me. I don't have time. I don't. I've gotten myself into a bit of a pickle where I basically switched. If I can be brutally honest for a second, I've gotten myself into a bit of a pickle because I switched into a fully YouTube career back when my YouTube channel was still like really doing really well because of the math video. And now it's no longer doing that well. And the problem is that because of that, I kind of overextended my hand ever so slightly. And right now, to be completely honest, I'm kind of struggling. Kind of low-key struggling. I will hopefully be moving again in like a month or two. Because I want to lower my costs of living a fair bit. I kind of can't fucking afford to live where I do. So hopefully that will help. And yeah, it's kind of rough with my time currently. But hey, hopefully I'll find some kind of way to fix it. The only thing that matters because of the episode are its size and the way we read them. That's exactly what. First, standing by size, char it's 8 bit long, short 16, int is 32 bits long. Okay. So right here, oh, because I set it up properly, I can actually increase the alpha. And yeah, those will disappear. The only problem is that they need to be hovering a little bit, ever so slightly off the ground, so that they wouldn't be overlapping. There we go. And then 110 to 170. You have to choose between going on a more person job and dying. Choose taking job for a bit. The problem is, boo, I don't know if I could do it just for a bit. If I start taking a listen, if I take a job, okay? If I pick a job, then I'll have to do YouTube even less. And if I have to do YouTube even less, then the hope of me like reigniting my YouTube channel decreases. Which means it's not like I can just take a normal job and then wait it out for a month or two. It's I can take a normal job and then maybe after a year I can get back to doing YouTube full time. Hence why it's crucial that I need to reignite the channel right now. Char, short, int, long and double are the same one, and then char goes back. Which means we move the camera up. Two of them. Then they will be short. Ah, oh, piss. We need to make much more space for this, actually. Also, we should probably change the background because the brightness of the green was just killing me. It was pretty fine with the volume, but right now it's just painful. There we go, much more manageable. Yeah, make it willing to do free labor. You're not trained to do free labor. The problem is, I wish I had something simple to do, but I don't. Because everything simple I already automated. Char short in. We first want to move the char, so we want to move all of them up, actually. That's what we want to do. Until I doubt I can doubt anything. I doubt you can do anything. In my case, what I mostly need is time. And I'm running out of time. But it's fine, as long as I can keep working on the videos on streams, then I should have enough time to... The only problem is that I need to apparently clickbait things more, because otherwise I will struggle even more. Alright, render animation is good enough. I've uploaded the video 2 days ago, which means I would like to finish this video in 5 days, because I still want to... it's a time dilation joke to get more time. I just need to run real quick! So, I need to finish this video in 5 days. Can I do it? That's a question, maybe? That's a maybe. I suppose. Then the energy transfer video would be for next week, which is just, you know, transfer of energy. I think it's going to be a fun one. Then afterwards, I'll try something practical, and then also something practical. There may be a way. Yeah, it's fine, I'll manage. I'll manage. Let's just script write for now to multitask. The reason why I'm going to... That's because both of these are the... because both of these are the same thing, and that's two types in practice. This will be the greatest part of the video. I genuinely do think so. That's because right here you will see those data types work in practice and how normal behavior, which would be quite confusing, is actually perfectly logical. So with a char like this, is this a number? Is this a character? Is it both? Is it a superposition of the two? Well, no. How's the animation? Data types is kind of disappearing slowly, which might look kind of bad later on, because they... Oh yeah, they're not overlapping because I moved it up. Yeah, never mind, it's fine then. Well, fine-ish. These are overlapping though. No, well, can't have everything in life. Okay. Now let me think. Memory and addresses would be the next one, I suppose. But data types... How far do I want to go in this video, actually? It might be a pretty short video. Is you making another one, the computer programming vids? Yes, it is. It is another one. Maybe I could actually just set up a chemistry video in the background with... No. No, that wouldn't work. That would be too much of a setup. Yeah, I can get budget for that, never mind. Disregard that. No. It's not them because char right here is just this binary ration and nothing else. Point being that we can read that binary configuration in different ways. And as such, if we read it as a number, we get this. If we read it as a character, we get this. And there we go, there we go, there we go. Let's see if we're making another one. Do you know nim? What do you mean nim? Is that a person, a thing? You need to be a bit more specific. I don't, because in that case I don't know nim. Nim is a game. Oh no, then in that case I never heard of it. Alright, so what we'll need here is not the size of int anymore, only we will need to set up this char test is equal to m, and then what we want is we want to print it as a character, as a number, as an unsigned number. I think that's it. I'm pretty certain that will print an unsigned number, correct? Well, we'll see. Never mind. Piss. Or is the unsigned number the same as the signed number, except unless you reach past a certain sign? I'm an idiot. We would need to reach past... We need to reach past 128. Which just gives us wonky things. 234, that's not bad. I like it. Omega. Oh, that's not at all what I meant. Exactly, yes. Unsigned char. Print will work. You need to... Wait, what? Well, that sucks. That certainly sucks. However, we could fix it if... Oh, that's a junky fix, but I'm all for it. Now, this might not on the first... not work on the... Okay, now cast this as a char. No, wait, hold on. So it's getting unsigned char and then a D. Okay, yeah. That seems to have done the trick. Neat. Never mind, that's all perfectly fine. I guess we don't need to cast it to a char now because it is a char. But yeah, there we go. Negative 22 or 234. I guess I should mention unsigned earlier on as well, if I want to do it like this. We get this. Number character, we get this. Are you a C# guy or a C++ guy? Make it. I am a C guy. I am a C make it. I write it in C, not C++. Is this the computer science video? Yes, it is. It is indeed. How's the animation looking? Not bad. Cha. Okay, good. Now what? Well, now we need to keep going with the script. I'm surprised that my PC hasn't crashed. Did my fix work? Because that's hilarious. There's no other way to say it. It's hilarious that it did. What is your fix? To my computer breaking or to the program I just made? Because to my computer... Oh, to the computer breaking... it's the dumbest thing in existence. I think that the reason why my computer was breaking was because the CPU was getting too much voltage. I think that was the problem. It was just getting too much voltage. And so I just overclocked the CPU. Which is the... It's really dumb. There's no other way to put it. It's a very dumb fix. And if you overclock your CPU, then it needs more voltage, if I remember correctly, which if I was correct in the first place, and it did need a higher and it was getting a higher voltage, that would be fine. However, I would just like to mention that it's a very unsafe kind of fix, because I don't know why it was getting more voltage. I still haven't figured that out. So that's fun. Maybe some kind of problem in the power supply. Probably. By reinstalling Arch Linux, just to figure out exactly what's wrong. That's how you fix Arch. Yeah, you just reinstall it. Starting with size. Char is 8 bits long, which means right here what we want to do is we want to do oh, hold on. I didn't set this switch up. 8. No, 0. 8. Can you afford to get a new processor if this one gets destroyed? I got a new computer. I did that because I needed one, anyway. If this one, you see, that's the problem. That's what a lot of people don't realize, how adult money works. I have money, but, so I have money, lots of money, it's great. The only problem is that if I spend that money, I will no longer have money. So, for example, when my computer scared me right now, I did have enough money to get a new one, which I did. However, now that I got the new computer, if something happens in my apartment, I don't know, if it gets... I don't want to wish too badly. If something happens, I will not have that money to fix that something instead. It's a finite sum. My All my entire money supply is my emergency fund. So if an emergency happens right now, I'm fucked. But it's fine. I'll manage. I'll find a way. I always do. Depending how you read it. The maximum April long short is 16 bits. Okay, so right here what we're going to do is we're going to have each one be 40 frames long, and we'll render them as first 30 and then full 40. Actually, full 40 and then yeah, which means short. No, I meant -1. There we go, because when we turn this on, yeah, it needs its own space. Short, int, long. Ah, it's gonna be rough. So you're living on the edge. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? This does kind of look like garbage. Oh well. For this I can just import from the previous video. Be fine. Are these your Quaternions videos doing better than the other videos? It is doing better. That is true. It is. I ain't complaining about that. That's great. The only problem is that I need all of my videos to perform 10 times as well as the Quaternions video in order to have stable income of ad revenue. Fortunately, Patreon exists. Thank goodness. I need to stop making videos I want to make and make videos that everyone would like to click on. Because otherwise my channel will die completely. I already fell off. I need to refill myself. That's fine, I'll manage, as I mentioned. Your subs are increasing for a video upload. But that doesn't really matter when most subscribers don't watch my videos. Hold on. Does this mean make it clickbait? Well, I'd rather not. Consider that like 2 months ago, or like right here, I was getting 100,000 views every fifth video, basically. Now you can see I was getting 100,000 views pretty consistently. And then I fell off. Right here. I fell off. Hard. Make it, your most popular videos have less dense, visually dense thumbnails. Boo, are you seriously gonna tell me that this is less visually dense? This? I don't mean to be that guy. I don't know, maybe. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you're right. But the Hilbert Space one was pretty good. Somehow the math videos do better. They really do. The only problem is I'm bad at mathematics. Hold on, let me just plug in my laptop actually. I'm gonna go outside today and scriptwrite as many videos as I can so that tomorrow we can do the typical make it panicking, manic animating session where I just freak out. Make a general relativity video. You know what? Maybe. That's a maybe. But what should I make the video about exactly? Problem with Hilbert spaces that all don't think because they already know the Hilbert spaces. Funny enough, I changed the name to a Hilbert space because when I changed it to a Hilbert space, it got more views. Text that reminds them thinking too much. Boo! That's not my target audience though. People who don't like thinking too much are not my target audience because those people will not like my videos. What kind of person that enjoys not thinking too much would like my videos? My videos are all about thinking. That's all it is. What about economics? I wanted to make an economics video. I mentioned it on the Patreon only channel on Discord. However, there is a reason why I haven't. I got ghosted. Curvature tensor. But that's a bit advanced, don't you think? I think what I should do today is just scriptwrite as much as possible. I have many videos to scriptwrite, so that's what I should do. And then tomorrow we'll do a really long live stream. Like, hopefully, I don't know, maybe 8 hours long, that'll be fun. Well, 8 hours, I don't know if I'll manage. I'll try to go for like at least 5 hours. And we'll try to work on those videos as much as we can. And then hopefully we'll get somewhere. I don't know, we'll see. And today all I'll need to do is just scriptwrite as much as possible. Yeah, that might work. Like, if you're tired, you could do a sleep stream. I don't have time for a sleep stream. Brutally honest truth. I'm thinking so much about what I'm gonna think about that I'm just getting slow. Number we get this way. We get this. This is really how it works. Here's a simple program to see two points. Go. Unsigned. Just that we want our variable sign. So a signed number goes, signed char goes from negative negative 127 to 128, if I'm not mistaken. Why am I thinking about it? We can just see. Pun intended, haha. Wrong code. This is the right code. And we can do it with %d, and then for our int I will do 0. $255. It's popping into negative, right? 127. Eight. Actually, shouldn't be equal to 0. Should be equal to the smallest possible number, which means we want it to be equal to. No, people who say they'll work for free, go spread, make a propaganda thread. I'm actually, I know I would do it. Yeah, how's that gonna work logistically? Negative 127? Can I set it to that? Yeah, exactly what I worried about. Or actually, wait. There we go. Or let's do unsigned char. I is equal to 0. I is smaller than 256, and then let's just cast it as just a char. What is wrong with you? Why? We're casting it in as a char into print, not right here. Right here is an unsigned char. Or 255, is that what you need? Yeah, okay, that is what you needed. Never mind then. And is going negative 127, negative 128. Okay, that makes sense. And 0 is included, correct? On the very beginning. Alright, so from negative 127, from negative 128 to 127, we should look at that like backwards, hence why it's always important to check. There we go. Ah! I again pressed the wrong thing. I click Windows D on accident. Whoops. Whoops. Let's say branch onto more platforms, but we really don't have time for that. That's exactly the problem! Yeah, but that's exactly the issue. I'm trapped in a bit of a cage I made for myself. I don't have enough time to work on the growth that would allow me to have more time. I mean, I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying to get more time. No, I need to go back and this. Charlie bit long, sure there's 16 bits long in this. In between, actually, probably add like what this is what they look like. Sure, 16 bits long, which means then what we do is you can piss off. 240. And then -3 and 2. Would that be good? It's a bit close. 0.25. There we go. Render animation. There we go. There we have it. Okay, listen. I think I'm gonna go and script some stuff for the videos. Go and script them. Yeah. Yeah. Have a productive time. Well, let's hope, am I right? Alright then. I'll go get myself 6 espressos to calm me down, and for now, that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye!